In this video, we're going to discuss something that's often talked about a lot in the profession, but isn't often utilised. Often because it's quite clunky to perform, it's not intuitive and easy to interpret the results, and performing these don't create a meaningful conversation, which is why we've set up outcome measures in the Measures app a little bit differently to how they're typically done, either on a bit of paper, which isn't interactive at all, or sent to someone remotely where they fill it in when they're not with you, and then you have a look at the total results, and often don't go much further beyond that when you're performing outcome measures. So in the app currently we've got over 30 outcome measures built into it that you can start to get using for all parts of the body, and there's some other more general things in there which you'll see in the list here. So as I sort of scroll down, as you can see, there's a number of outcome measures in there for all parts of the body. You can obviously filter that down by body part as well to help you select the outcome measure that you want to select there. We're going to choose the SPADI, the Shoulder Pain and Disability Index, as we go through it here. So as you can see, it gets added to your test list or test queue exactly like any other test that you're going to perform. What you'll do in this case though with this is you're going to hand it over to your clients. The reason we do that is so we can sit there with our clients and actually have a meaningful discussion around these outcome measures and questions, rather than, as I said, sending them to someone remotely, they fill it in, you don't get any context. In my personal opinion, the beauty of using outcome measures is the conversations it can create. It can often give you a great place to go to some of the key things you need to address or the key limitations someone's having in their day-to-day activities, or set up a fantastic assessment knowing the things that they're struggling with and that you need to assess more thoroughly. So I highly recommend you start using the outcome measures with your clients, and as you're going through, ask some questions as they put in the answer to each of these things as well. It'll help you get a lot more information than you're currently getting from your history with with the people that you're working with. So as you'll see in the outcome measures, like you'll see with tests such as the STAR Excursion Balance Test, where there's multiple tabs across the top, there's multiple capacities or things measured in these outcome measures as well. So you'll see there's two different categories with the SPADI here. So we just have our client go through and they sort of answer questions, in this case around their pain sort of severity. So I'm just going to go through here and complete those first 5 questions in category 1. And then you'll see as soon as I finish category 1, it'll automatically go into the next one. The reason we've got these categories is these are the things you'll see in the outcome measures that you'll want individual results with as well. So at the end, once I finish this outcome measure, you're going to see a total score, but you're also going to see a score for each of these categories as well that you can track the progression over time, which is the benefit of using this app. It's a really intuitive way to be able to track that progression over time and see it visually and show your patients and clients how they're improving. So I'm going to go through and just put some answers in for these so we can get a score here. So as I go through and finish all these, instantly, like all the other tests in the app, you'll get a result spat out. So you'll see a result for total score, okay? So you can see the change over time with here. Well, hopefully we're not getting that go up normally, but you'll see that sometimes does happen as well, unfortunately, and that's the great beauty of having data. It means we need to change something if that's the case, okay? What we're doing is not helping our people reach their goals. And then across the top, like you'll see in the other tests, like the STAR Excursion Balance Test is one that we mentioned, you can see that in this case, their pain severities, has gone down, which is potentially a good thing, but the disability index actually unable to do more things. Okay, so again, that's a useful thing because that's going to change the way that your management of the people you work with. All right, so really easy way to be able to perform that. And as I said, when you're performing these things, if someone comes in here and they're having difficulty removing something from their back pocket, again, it creates a conversation around it. So I highly recommend you sit there and don't just let your clients fill these in. Actually sit there, ask them questions about it, because you'll be surprised about the results you can get.